Hi everyone! Welcome to the Filipino and Dakota. In this video, we will share with you the 6 biggest obstacles in an interracial marriage. So if you're interested, just keep on watching. Let us start! The first one is the visa issues. This is the biggest obstacle if your spouse comes from another country, that you have to prove that your marriage is real and not just a green card marriage. There are processes that you have to undergo with the USCIS if your spouse is still in his or her native country and you have to take him or her here in the US. So it takes a process. Sometimes it takes a year, or some others it will take them longer. So the second biggest obstacle in interracial marriage is judgment from others.
Well, we really haven't had any against anybody say anything to us about that, but I know there's some out there, other couples maybe, like family and friends, or some just don't like your spouse or something either. But we've been lucky here so far, and I think everybody, all my family gets along with her very well, and her family gets along with me very well.
Yep.
So that's it. That's a real good thing to have in family and in a relationship.
And maybe because we're just older, that's why. And like if for young couples,
I'm still young.
I know. Life begins at 40. The third biggest obstacle that you can encounter along your marriage is the cultural differences.
Yeah, just like in the other video, we just said, cultural differences. We have to get used to each other's ways that we were brought up, and we can't always be, thinking that our way is right or better. But we just gotta work it out day by day, and if we knew being married, it'll take a while, but you get used to it.
Yeah, and sometimes it's also harder for those who have children, because one culture has different way of raising kids and the other has a different way of doing it too. So I think it's best that couples should talk about it, and then they should agree which way they should do things at home. And also we have, if you have different religions, so for us we have the same faith, so it's no big deal about this. So if you have different religions, you also have to talk. So how do you do things if you have different religions? So it will affect the kids. So it's something that you have to talk about and agree upon.
Yeah, that might be a little difficult if you're both different that way, but love is a strong feeling, but remember, always put the Lord first, and you can always make it that way.
Yeah, and also with food, it's a big problem too. There's cultural differences when it comes to food too, because each culture may have different way of making meals or cooking food. We don't have very much problem with food because he's not picky. He just eats everything I cook.
Yeah, I like a lot of things from the Philippines. When I first went there, I tried stuff I never had before, but it takes sometimes it takes some getting used to, but what I've had so far, I really enjoyed it. I like the sisig and pancit canton. I never tried lechon yet, but
yeah, I love Native American food too. Their food is really delicious. So there's no problem eating the food I cook the most. So I ask him what he wants for breakfast or for his meal or for his lunch. But sometimes he just, I'm just free to do whatever I want. So I'm thankful.
Yeah, it don't matter to me what it is. I know that whatever I have, it's what the Lord blessed me with, so I'm thankful.
Next time I will cook him chicken feet. Language barriers is also one of the major obstacles in an interracial marriage. So if your spouse or your partner doesn't have the same first language as you do, so it can be a big challenge. Or sometimes you can learn your spouse language, so although you won't master it or you won't get fluent in speaking that language, but at least your spouse will be glad or happy that at least you have tried. He or she will appreciate your effort.
Know a little bit about a few words in
Tagalog.
Tagalog language, but not very much. Also, I wasn't fortunate enough to learn my own language very much. I know some, but never grew up around it very much. When you're in high school and you don't have, during my day we didn't have the native language classes, or
You don't speak it at home.
My father spoke very well, but he never spoke around us. That he just, when he's around his friends from work or something, I could hear him talking, but he never spoke around us, so I didn't get a chance to really learn from him. But I did learn a few things, so it's good.
Language barrier is really a big problem because sometimes you say something and your spouse doesn't understand it very well, so it can cause misunderstanding, which will later cause two arguments. So before you overreact, you have to ask each other what she said, what he said, so to clear things out, so to avoid future arguments and misunderstandings. Okay, so the fifth biggest obstacle in interracial marriages is, if you have children, helping your children to identify. So because you have two cultures, so your children will get confused which culture they're gonna embrace. So I think it's good for parents that you have to start talking to your children, and that it's okay to have both cultures, helping them identify. And small kids can adapt very fast. So, but at least you give them a good foundation at home. Teach them that having two cultures will make them stronger, and that they have, special background, so they don't have to worry which culture they will embrace, or they can have both cultures. And the last one is handling obstacles gracefully. So it's not easy when people see you and they don't know that you're with your spouse. So example, they just talk to your spouse and then just ignore you. So it's not easy for you. It's like you don't exist there. But so far, it's not. I haven't had a hard time dealing with it, because the best way is just smile politely and just walk away. So those are the 6 biggest obstacles that interracial marriages can have in their marriage. Interracial couples would be aware that after the wedding and after your honeymoon, so that's where things start. Everything will just go smoothly. Along the way, or you're in your marriage journey, you will really experience obstacles, but the best thing to do is just put your marriage in the Lord's hands and hold your partner's hand, and then you are in this journey together. And then let your love, like be strong, and just you have to be strong too. So you will overcome all these obstacles.
Yeah, just I just want to say that once you're married, you're stuck.
Yeah.
But you put up, you
Put up with each
you only
other.
get married because you love each other.
Mm-hmm.
Then don't get married for anything else except what's in the heart, and and make sure that we both love the Lord. And,
Yep.
yeah. But all I have to say about that.
Yeah, very well said.
But I'm sure there's more obstacles out there, but we deal with it day by day. So
Yeah, these are just the 6 biggest. So if you enjoy watching this video, give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button below.
subscribe and ring the bell.
Yep. And thank you all for watching.
Thank you. Have a good day.